And even another question, you probably think like, oh my gosh, he can drive and not a broomstick? Yep, I know. Surprisingly shockingly and surprisingly more than just a broomstick. But, oh, you can't even see me, but oh well. Eventually, probably. Oh my good Lord, Lando, that is as cold as, my frozen heart. Anyway. And look at that, right on cue, early in the morning. You're probably thinking, but don't you ever sleep? Yeah, I do. But I figured because of, let's see, Tammy, love her to death. And hello, oh look at that. 2 in the morning, looks like I found my perfect time to stream. Kayla and... oh, wow. Okay, it looks like I'm going to be morning streaming every time all over the place. Okay, now make that 3. Now there's Cat. Anybody else want to join in the mosh pit? Anybody else? I've had it. But anyway, yeah, because since Tammy is pretty much all of a sudden being like, I think it might be good if you do this. Okay, well, thanks to her, here's your kind of I guess, how do you put this? Like your day in the life of House Zero, he who drives a stick shift, which makes sense because of Flamer driving a stick shift. That makes perfect sense. Because what kind of Flamer wouldn't drive a stick shift? Oh, I'm good. I'm much better. It's just I just had a moment. I'm heading down to get, oh, and look at that, there's Loyalty. She's just like, oh, you know what? This thing sounds so bad, but I really don't even give a crap. It's just like, oh, look at that. It's like the Breakfast Club is here. Yeah. Probably, Might be saying, well, I think you might be too young to know what that is. I'm 28, honey. Actually, I'm going to be 20. Yeah, I'm going to be, holy crap, I'm going to be 29 this year? God, I'm going to become an old geezer. Oh, 29. Oh, God. Anyway. Yeah, I'm heading down to Starbucks to get like a cookie crumble Java Wakey thing, whatever. It has like 3 to 4 shots in it. So yeah, I'm going to be awake, plus 2 big honkin' warm cookies. Don't you dare say that. Don't remind me of that, because like 30? Oh, I made it to 30? Oh, I thought I would have been dead by now, but oh well. That's okay. And mine too, he was like, after when I get past 29, I don't think I'm going to be alive. And I just told him, no, you're going to be alive, trust me. Even if I'm dead, you're going to stay alive, okay? Yeah. Sheesh. Yeah, once I get back home from, this hot mess of an adventure of whoop-de-wooing, I'll be, throwing some cardstock out because I just need to connect better with those. I need to connect better to the Damon Tarot and the what was the other one? The Manga Tarot and the what's that other one? I just had it and I lost it. Oh, the Heaven or Hell Tarot. I gotta really connect to those better because I'm so kind of like with them. Not like like meh with them. Just like I don't know that well yet. So yeah, it's gonna be open fair game with that. And so far, thankfully, nobody has to experience me getting agitated at some stupid dimwit trying to drive. That's going to be the day. Because that is something we do not want to have happen. Yeah, me, throwing jinxes at people who can't drive and, going like, I don't know. Probably about, let's say, going 10 in a 35. Okay, honey bear. You ain't gonna break your neck if you go a little bit faster, honey. Come on, honey. Yeah, no. But seriously, I can get pretty feisty when, you know, we have someone not doing what they're supposed to be doing and not paying attention. You know, trying to like swerve all over the place like they have big hips or something. And they're like in Honolulu. What the heck is that gonna do? And you have witnessed. Oh, well, I can definitely say this. Being from. Yep. Oh, and there's. Wait, I'm gonna try and do 50,000 things at once here. Let my Gemini K2 handle this, even though he's gonna mess with it. Oh, there's a dark lily. Yeah, some people shouldn't drive. Actually, funny story. I'm gonna share this because it's funny because some guy was trying to, you know, grab my tail, and he got a free facelift. So I was driving back from Phoenix because I'm in Arizona. Driving back from Phoenix, Arizona, and then there's this big red Dodge truck thing, just on my bumper, and it's on the highway. We're going like about pretty close to about 85-ish, 80, around there. I know it was a minimum 75, but yeah, because he was just like up on my bumper, and he just not would let up. And then knowing how my kind of spiteful self is, I purposely got next to another vehicle because it was a 2-lane highway. I purposely got pretty much in sync with another vehicle, like next to me. So we were going the same speed limit, and this guy behind me on my bumper, he was stuck. And pretty much I was just saying, boy, if you don't back up, I'm not moving. I'm going to stay this exact same speed until you back up a bit. Until then, hope you have some patience. And went about that same speed for about 20 minutes. And I'm just minding my business perfectly fine. And then he tries to get a little bit too closer. So I figured, okay, honey bear, I try to warn you. So then all of a sudden, random brake check. And right when I tapped on my brake, he hit his brakes hard. And then I looked up in the rearview mirror, and I just saw him just smack his head on the steering wheel. And then I just said, good. That's what you get for, you know, thinking that you can just, you know, go face first in my car's tush. So now it's scooch back before you get another facelift. You might lose a tooth. Yeah, free facelift. Yeah, but he kind of kept his distance up to the point where I turned off, and then he just kept going straight on the highway. Medics right now? No, I'm right now I live in I'm currently in Lake Havasu right now. Yeah, this is like the place where I grew up, right? Middle of God knows where. I'm trying to turn some heat on because there's a kind of code in here. But then again, But I mean, yeah, after that, pretty much people that know me and like ride along with me, they know. They're like, okay, hope nobody, you know, tries to think that they're cute and all trying to ride on his tush, because it's gonna suck to be them. Or my personal favorite. If you thought that was funny, just wait until, you know, all of a sudden I get pulled over and, you know, the things that I should not say decide to come out. Oh, hi, officer. What brings you here? Let me guess. You want to try out the new nightstick, huh? Sorry, that's not big enough. Sorry, I'm not impressed. Now, officer, don't you be taking out them fuzzy cuffs. I know what you'd be doing at them officer balls. Don't you be doing... No. You need to keep those, you know, back in the, you know, the jail cells. No. Don't cuff me with those, because, you know, the thing is, those cuffs are made out of plastic. Yeah, the fuzzy cuffs are made of plastic, not metal. So, yeah, you kind of break out of them pretty well. Or even another one. Let me guess, officer. Let me guess why you pulled me over. Because you wanted to check to make sure I was the right person driving the car, huh? Or better yet, you just wanted a better look at me, huh? Stop chasing me down, fanboy. good. Okay, be good. Yep, I know exactly. But then again, that's why. Then again, I'm just somebody who is preferred, to just live in the happy moment. Oh, look, now you can kind of see me because, streetlights. Ooh, kind of. But probably, like, when I get back, I'm going to be, like, I'm probably going to be drinking, like, pretty much, like, almost all of that Starbucks drink. Because I drink those pretty fast. Pretty much, whenever I drink anything from, like, a fast food place or something, I drink it too fast, and I realize, oh, wait a minute, whoops, I should have rationed it. Oh, well, next time. But next time, I just skip down it. And now we go to the stop sign, the stoplight that just stays red forever. For whatever reason, it just wants to stay red. Alrighty. Oh, hooray! Sunlight. No, not sunlight. Fail. Street light. But yeah, this one street light out of all the ones in this bloody town, this one decides to take his nice sweet time before going from red to green. Like, it takes 3,000 years approx. Dude, turn off your bumpers. Oh, look at that. We got someone on my bumper already. Don't do it, hon. You're gonna wish you didn't do that, honey. Don't do it. Don't do it. You better have liability insurance. If you don't, you're really in deep doo-doo. And then again, so am I, but still. You're in deep doo-doo. And then again, I can go out and be like, oh, property damage. But no, like that's kind of like overkill, but still. Sometimes I can be funny, sometimes I can be, serious. Sometimes I can be whimsical. Sometimes I can be just completely obnoxious. Sometimes I can be depressed. Sometimes I can be happy. Sometimes I can be just, what the heck is he doing? Eccentric. But no, it is what it is. I'm like a box of chocolates, but, it's not always chocolate. I don't know, I got nothing. Finally. Okay, here we are. Please, I really hope to Lord land that they don't have like the whole. I hope the drive-thru doesn't have like 50,000 people in it like it usually does, because that tends to be the thing that happens at this one Starbucks. Oh, let's all go through the drive-thru at once. Yet the drive-thru is going all the way out into the street. Splendid. That doesn't scream, negation of a state-controlled highway. No, wait, a state-controlled street. I don't know. I got nothing. I'm gonna turn my mic off so that way you don't hear me, yell like a banshee. Don't you honk at me behind me. No, I'm not crying. I just put on some of my oil mix. Don't be. Oh, I thought you were asking me, like, I got nothing. I'm new here. This is probably well, never mind. It was a joke. I was like, wow, this is probably the fastest, I've gone through this Starbucks, but I'm starting to lose hope. Oh, careful. Oh, no, don't go backwards. Dude, if you go backwards, you're going to wish you didn't go backwards. Because you'll be like, oh, look at that. I'm not interested. Get your truck tush out of my car's face. Don't you be flashing your, backwards lights. Because trust me, my face does not want your truck's tush. I don't know it like that. And I don't want it. I don't want plastic. Because, automobile, automobile frames are made of plastic. I don't like plastic. I like the real thing. Sick, nasty. Amazing. Need a moment. Chew it over with Twix. Don't stop flashing your backwards lights at me.
Good morning.
Morning.
So for you. Yeah. And I go.
All right, thanks.
Have a good day.
You too. Oh my Lord, Lanta, honey bear, turn off the brights. Trust me, honey, you can see perfectly fine without your brights on, without those brights on. I mean, excuse me, I'm gonna try and give proper respect towards the Hindu divines by trying to operate with 4 arms. Just kidding, I only have 2. Okay, nobody that way. Kinkerdoodle. Okay, where was that? Okay, Aliope. Oh my gosh. Okay, Trekkie. Okay, I can go a little faster than honey. Since you wanted to go first and almost cause an accident. Okay, so I'm gonna try and stick this in a spot where it's not gonna. Oh, perfect. It didn't do anything. It didn't do what I thought it was gonna do, which is spill all over the place and make a mess. Okay. So that's a fail. Come on, Bristol. Oh yeah, that's my car's name, Bristol. Everything, but why'd you name it Bristol? Well, let's just say this cute little thing reminds me of a certain board that I know off of a video game. Holy good Lord, Lanta. Wow. That tastes like, getting slapped in the face by, 400 grams of sugar. I'm wide awake now. You're probably thinking, but we thought you were already awake. Oh, now we know for certain. Might as well just call this the Great Love Tapper. Oh, that sounds vulgar. Don't know. Well, then usually. Usually when I first start off, my next day of 3D existence on this rock, pretty much it goes, get my coffee, just feel meh about everything, and just want to just relax primarily, but usually most of the time I check all social media stuff and all of that woozy stuff to see where I stand. And after that, I pretty much just float around until somebody needs a reading or, tries to communicate with me or just anything like that. Or, once in a blue moon, once in a while. Usually what happened all the time not usually all the time, but on Saturday, pretty much what I was doing. This is kind of a bit of a mean thing to do, but I can kind of care less. Because if someone teaches stupidity and, think it's no big deal, being like, well, if you just eat death essence, honey bear, you put death essence in your mouth, that's a good way for you to, stop moving and, kick the bucket. Don't put that stuff in your mouth. Don't consume that. Why would you put death essence in your mouth? No, don't consume that. There's just have been some things that make me go, what? But that's just people for you. else? What else has been another face palm lately? I'm trying to think of another. There hasn't been really much of, I mean, there might be some, but I mean, I'm not really paying attention to it. Probably the whole idea of like, I think there was a, I can't remember who, but the whole thing about like doing a, what was it? I'm trying to remember. Oh, the good old stereotypical, like, well, sell your soul to Satan. What? People are still talking about this? No. In fact, if you tried doing that, he's just going to look at you like, really, dude? Of all the things you could be doing, you're going to do that? Wow. For one, stop that crap. Two, why would I want it? It's yours besides. Why aren't you enjoying your life, kid? Well, I just wanted to prove well, you can do it better, you can prove your, respect and, honoring me by, doing something beneficial with your life besides being like, having your soul be up on like eBay. But yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of surprised people are still kind of buying into that kind of stereotypical thing. Because usually the thing is with pacts though like that, they're usually done like a negotiation. Is like a legal agreement. It's, having there be a fair, equal give and take between two parties. You get this, I get that. Not like not one party gets everything from hanky panky spanky and wanky without any kind of like indication of being paid back anything else. No. That's not the point of it. But I mean, in all technicality, even though I don't really consider myself a real full-on demonologist to be technical, because I'm not that intelligent. Well, it's not that I'm not that intelligent. It's just that I don't think I've pretty much have had enough full-on experience to be like, yep, I can wear that. No. What was that, Kayla? Yeah. Kind of makes you just want to ask them. So, you gonna do that? Do you really think there's people out? Do you really think there's divines out there that do soul bidding, or better yet, they auction off? Like somebody auction off their soul, and then all the divines pretty much are like, oh, I want it. Okay, we have Vishnu at 4,000. Do we have anybody else beating Vishnu? Oh, we have Nyx at 6,000. Anybody going to beat the first primordial goddess Nyx? Oh, there's Lucifer at 10,000. Anybody going to beat Lucifer? Careful. Don't outbid him, otherwise he'll leave you in the dark and the ignorance. But I mean, sometimes I think that people kind of just go along with the stereotype instead of actually researching what the whole intention of it is. Right. And if I remember correctly, did I happen to make a video about... Did I happen to do a stream or a video about the proper way of actually making like a pact or like an agreement with any kind of spirit for that matter? Did I ever do that? Did I ever do that video or topic? I can't remember. Because if I did, I think that might be a good thing to bring up again. If I haven't, good. Another thing on my... Excuse me. Another thing on my Dean's list. yes, this little 2013 Chevy Spark, I bought it off the lot. Well, not bought it off the lot, I financed it off the lot. Even though it's not my first car, technically, it's my technical first financed investment property thing, I guess. I don't know, I got nothing. But yeah, I've had this guy since 2013, and I mean, he's still, well, except, you know, the last few months when he's been hissy fitting. But now I hope he's gonna stop hissy fitting. Otherwise, I'm gonna just flip him. And yeah. In fact, I remember when I was going to be putting down the amount that I was going to put down for this thing. Because the amount that I put down was enough to actually have my payments be about only 90-something. Like 97-ish. Yeah, 97 a month. And then the bank pretty much sent me a letter being all agitated and mad. Because they're like, well, we have to decline financing your vehicle. But the thing is, you can't, because you've already agreed to it. You've already agreed to finance the vehicle, and I'm already driving it. So if you're going to decline refinancing it, well, we're going to have to tell that to the dealership, and you and the dealership have to figure it out. Because it's in my name, and you agreed to, finance it. If you're going to change your mind, well, that's not my problem. Figure it out, Tootsie. Because up until then, I still have bristle, and don't you think you're going to send Operation Repo at me? Because I'll be like, well, I'm sorry, you're going to have to talk to the finance company because they're trying to be in Jackass Repo Edition. But anyway, I'm about to enter my domain thing, and I'm not sure if the quality of this thing is going to go down, or if I'm going to be frozen and stuck if I do. Oh, wow. Well, isn't that just weird? I just like how all of a sudden I come home and all of a sudden I see a black and white cat. Honey bear? Who sent me a cat? I'm just gonna go with this stereotype and just say, well, not stereotype, I'm just gonna go with it and be like, damn it, Tammy. Because like whenever, it's a good thing. But it's just like, what the heck, man? Since when does that happen? Because there's nobody around here that has a cat like that. Okay, this thing needs to unhand my phone, otherwise I'm gonna... Oh, there went that. Unhand it. Well, that's one way of getting it out of the thing, by, breaking it. But now, where did this cat go? So yeah, we're probably gonna have an awkward close-up. But we're all here. Stupid phone. Okay, there you go. Where did that cat go? I know I saw it. Okay, you might hear people randomly, so... Oh. Okay. Yeah. I'm almost down. I'm almost there. Ugh. Bloody. It kind of concerns me that the size of these cookie things are probably... Actually, they're not probably. They are double the size of my hand. I know, you can't see me. You're like, where the heck did it go now? I'm right here. Crap, where did it go? Oh. Yeah. I hope, that wasn't loud. If it was, I am sorry. You can tell me how horrible I am by throwing a spear at me. No, that was a joke. Don't actually do it. Okay. Just that in there. That sounded suggestive. Okay. Easy does it. Okay. Now, whoop. Well, you know what they say, you break it, you buy it. But then again, I didn't buy this in the first place. Okay. Almost finished. Just gotta plug one last thing in. There we go. Okay, come on. There you go. Milkshake? Come on. There you go. Oh, that didn't sound good, but oh well. This should have gone in like I was supposed to the first time. Oh, that sounded so bad. Okay. There you go. Gonna just get this out of my life. Fail. Well, yeah, I'm gonna point it in this direction even though it's supposed to be this way. Okay, yup. Well, I'm definitely blind. Here. This is like the color of all this is like, oh look, it's oh my lord, Lanta, honey. We're not trying to blind the world, but I don't like how the shadow is like all like. I'm just now reading all that was said between Narcola and Kayla. Okay. Anyway. But for some odd reason, I have no idea why a cat, a black and white short hair, mind you, was next door. I wasn't expecting that. Hold on. Okay, just wanted to make sure that there was nothing, like my phone wasn't doing something stupid, because sometimes it likes to be stupid for whatever reason. But what else is new? Hold on. Stop being... Oh, Crystal. Okay. My friend messaged me. But anyway, unhanded. So now, where's my... Oops. Oh well. Break it, I gotta buy it. Oh well. So now the fun part. After, you know, I take my I don't off. So, floor's open for the cardstock being thrown around now. So, essentially it's going to be a simple pick this time. Number between one, well, pick either one or two. And if you want the Daemons or Dark Goddess, no, I'm going to put it this way. Oh, screw it. Put them both up there. Pick either one or two, and if you want the... Bleh, I just bit my tongue, kind of. Pick number one or two, or, you know, then if you want the Daemons or the Dark Goddesses, or the two. Oh, Dolly, you just missed the shenanigans of me trying to grab Starbucks without, you know, backhanding someone. Which it didn't happen, I'm surprised. I was close, though. And for some odd reason, I get home and all of a sudden there's a black and white short-haired cat just walking around. I'm thinking, who sent me a cat? Because if that was the case, I'm thinking like, whoever sent me a cat, thank you for giving me Reginald. And that's what I'm going to name my cat whenever I get him. Oh, Reginald. Yeah, Reginald. Of all the things to name my cat, Reginald. He's an Englishman. Whoops. So anyway. Okay, so we all get we all know the drill. One or two, and if you want daemons and or dark goddesses, just say so, because it is. That sounds so bad, but I don't care. It's fair play right now. Fair play, you mean fair game. You get the idea. I don't understand why colors in this deck. I don't get it. Now, until then, whomever wants card stock thrown at him, just pick your number 1 or 2, and if you want daemons or dark goddesses with it. Until then, I'm gonna, cookie myself to death. They didn't even warm it like I told them to. Bloody heck. But seriously, that thing is like bigger than my palm. Sheesh. I have baby hands, so. You know what they say about little hands? Fast hitters. Sounds so bad. Oh, I guess, nope, nobody said a word, so, well, fine, I'll put myself on the spot. I'll just, read myself then. I'll go with, I wish I had a cat. Yeah. I'd have a Russian blue Reginald and just have him sitting on my shoulder all the time, being all like, oh, who's that? Oh, that's just Reginald, don't mind him. Oh, he likes to think he's a dog, but if he actually acts like a dog by barking, he's gonna wish he didn't bark. No, I got nothing. Okay, I'll just read myself. Did you want a reading, Dolly? If so, what was the number you wanted? 1 or 2? No, that would have been lovely. Bloody. Which 2? Okay. And last but not least, what is the... There it is. What is the subject matter at hand? Well, not, you know what I mean. Not like subject matter, like, oh, dark matter. No. Well, yeah, what am I digging into, like Dig Dug? That did not sound right. Don't you be starting with that thing between your legs again. That's a good way to, get them, berries under it popped. Better pointers? Like, is that kind of like, overall guidance in areas that you need to have more growth in? Or, areas that need improvement? Or just whatever decides to come out of my mouth. That sounds so bad. Ah! Don't be like that. That's rude. I mean, with a hair almost in my eye, and I caught it. That's why I hate having loose hair. Better pointers. I'm just gonna go with that, just saying like whatever comes out of the mouth that needs improvement. I don't know, I just work here. So, Okay, as like per usual, three of these lovely ladies coming out of the deck. Well, not the whole deck flies out of my hand. That's not how it's supposed to be done. But just like how it is usually all the time, pretty much the three that come out first in power, one that must be sought out, and then the last one is the one telling you, don't forget this place. There's in power. Why I dream of baby chicken. Huh? I got nothing. How do you pronounce your name? Alila? Is that how you pronounce it? I want to make sure I said that correctly. Because if I ever mispronounce somebody's name, you can definitely throw a spear at me. Or be like, oh, okay. He clearly does not know how to, use that mouth of his and speak correctly. Don't literally throw a spear at me, because I don't think health insurance will cover spears to the face. But, Alea? Like that? Why are your messages like it though? Alea. Okay, I got it. Hope I said it right still. Okay, then we got the one that's in power. Now we got the one that you must seek out, unhanded. And then the one that we mustn't forget. Well, you gotta let go of it. Okay. Don't do that. Okay. Oh, my lord, Lanta. This is going to be quite the... Oh, my lord. Okay. So, Goddess in Power is Nyx. So, it looks like, currently in this situation of, let me go in reverse. Better pointers and ideas. Pointers. I'm going to go with the idea of, when it comes to, like empowering yourself and trying to improve yourself. What I'm getting from this is don't really be like expressive of like the parts you need to work on. Just pretty much acknowledge them, that they exist, but don't bring them up like, hey, everybody, guess what I suck at? No. Like if you know something about a challenge you have, regardless if it's something big, small, or just like a work ethic or anything like that, right now is not the time to actually bring any kind of focus with it, because Nyx, even though she's probably the first divine to ever come into existence, she is still a mother goddess, and she loves everybody general. So I'm just going to go with what comes out of the mouth. That sounds so bad. What if sausages come? Stop it. But essentially having Nyx be the one in power, essentially for your well-being, if there's something that you need to, if you feel you need to improve on, don't really speak about it to other people, because they actually might come in and try and do it for you, and they might do it in a way that's going to make you kind of like, nope. You get your hands off me life. You have your own life. If you think you're going to do that, well, excuse me, this life has my name on it. You have yours. It has a name on it. Yeah, so escuchi et toodalooey, scram. Before you know, you get thrown in the dark with Nyx, and that's not good. And just know that not everything that you're thinking about improving, not all the time does it need to be improved, because sometimes something so subtle is not really, most of the time, it's not really worth putting in a lot of energy being like, oh, I don't like this. I despise this about me. I don't like how I do this work. I don't like how I do this job. I don't like this. I don't like that. Instead of putting your energy that way, instead put it towards something else. If something so minuscule, don't waste your energy on something tiny. Okay, now this is where we're getting a little sassy here. You must seek out Ditty for revenge. Huh, okay. What I'm getting from this, if there's somebody who has pretty much like criticized you a bit too much in a way that kind of like hinders your progress for your better self or where you're trying to go to, if somebody has sabotaged it and messed with you, just like how Nyx is originally, just be very subtle about it, because sometimes the best revenge is not even doing anything at all, or the way that would be even more ideal is just be in a way that you don't even react to it, but still in a way you kind of make it known to the idea of just like, if it's just such a shame that what I was trying to accomplish. It's such a shame it didn't work out. It's like somebody. It's just such a shame that it's like somebody came in and sabotaged me. I don't know why, but it's just like someone just sabotaged me. Oh well, I think I'll figure out another way of going about it or accomplishing it. Now that being said, but even what else is more terrifying in my opinion, this is just me though. If somebody knowingly sabotaged you and you don't even flinch at it, but then you pretty much just acknowledge it, just like, yeah, I was planning on trying to accomplish this thing for myself, but it just didn't work out. It's like somebody thought it'd be cute to sabotage me, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll get it some other way. It's kind of just like that, like shooting a warning shot, just like, I know you did something. I'm just not acknowledging you, so a scooch back. Because sometimes vengeance on someone who has done you harm, sometimes it's just like having that warning shot going off, like, that could have been you getting hit by the bullet, so step back now and don't do it again. But now we get to the one you mustn't forget. Now this is where it's like, but okay, we'll go with it. You mustn't forget temptation with Dear Woman. So I'm just getting this. If there's a desire of like trying to improve yourself, like if you're trying to learn something, but this is where it gets good. Now with Dear Woman, the personality of a deer is youthful, playful, and is very adventurous, and also kind of teases one to follow because they're like, oh, it's a beautiful fawn. Let's chase after it like a fangirl. But what I'm getting from this too, instead, is don't forget that you have your own temptation that you want to follow, your own accomplishment you want to attain and gain from. So if somebody's trying to lead you away from your temptation, no. Don't let anybody take you away from that. In fact, just tell them, like, why is my life just so more appealing than, chasing after your own wants, desires, and your own temptations? Why can't you chase your own deer? Chase your own deer, and I'll chase my own. Besides, don't make it very known that you know what's up. Keep it on the down low. But still, fire that warning shot, just like, I know what you're trying to do, milkshake. You're trying to, get my attention. You can be like an accomplished fanboy, fangirl, whatever. Don't do it. And this is a warning shot for, you trying to get in and, make a big mess. You win this round, yes, but don't you do it. No. Because now, excuse me, I have a deer to catch. Don't try and woozy-wooey me away. That was a weird way of putting that. So now the the tarot part. And this is the mystical manga tarot. Also known as the definitely not Yu-Gi-Oh tarot. No. Okay, so cardstock of 78. What can you add on to this for? Okay. Easy milkshake. Out there goes the deer woman. She's trying to gallop away. No, not today, Missy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But even also adding on top of that the softer side. The best softer side is the one that makes it look like, oh, you look so cute and cuddly. Holy crap, it has a knife. Yeah, don't you mess with me, I'll shank you. You know what they say, the cute and innocent ones are the ones you gotta be careful of. I'm not talking about myself, don't even think about that. Alright, current position, current standing of all this. Okay, Celtic Crossy it is. Easy milkshake. Current position, current standing, right down in the middle. Unhanded. We have the Nine of Swords. So the current standing, you might be in a position right now. Let's see. Okay. Alright then, no, you might be in a position where you're just like, oh my good lord. Oh. Why am I still putting up with this? Why is this still happening? It's just like, oh, my lord, God. Because you can see in the depiction, she's kind of like face-palming herself, like, still? Still? Really? We're how old now? Oh, good lord. So, you currently might be in a position where you might be getting kind of a bit of a headache, having to deal with, you know, some kind of the reoccurring stupidity of some people, to the point where you're kind of just thinking like, you know what, this is probably why I'm more than likely going to be antisocial for a little bit and just completely keep everything in my head. Because, at least in this depiction, wait a minute. In this depiction, I also see that she's also, looks like she's petting a dog. Like right where my finger's at, right there. Looks like she's petting a dog. Her hand's going like on a dog. So if you have a pet of some kind, that pet is going to be probably one of your biggest, I would have to say, anchor points, if that makes sense. And yeah, if you have a pet of any kind, the pet's going to be giving you more sense of grounding and security and make you feel more like, okay, I feel safe. I can think. I'm secure. Hey, you know what? To me, there's nothing wrong with passive aggressive sometimes. In fact, it's kind of like a nice way of saying, if you don't back up, you're gonna be getting a knee to the crotch. So yeah, scooch back. But still, having a pet of some kind, or just something that can listen to you without by just responding by always being happy. Just having something that, you know, can listen, but it's not arguing with you. It's just like, I'm just happy next to you anyway. So like a pet cat, a pet dog, or any pet for that matter, that actually might be the most beneficial at the current standing. And while you're being surrounded by dimwits, just like, oh, God. Oh, Yeller. Oh, you know, maybe it should have been the people that got shot instead of you. Oh, well. Maybe an abridged edition will be better. Instead of it being like taking Old Yeller out back, it's like you're taking Papa out back and shooting him. Brendan, no. Well, hey, you know what they say. Usually most of the time if the pet if the pet dog or the pet cat or like the pet dies, everybody gets heartbroken. But when it's like another person, they're like, oh, look at that. Oh, well, Oh well, and that's life. Dog dies. No, not Marley. Ugh. The feels. But that to me comes down to each person. Mm-hmm. I agree with that, Dark Lily, 100%. And people are like, oh, it's red, it's gross. I'll have you know, mister, that the rats are actually extremely intelligent. And not to mention, they're like hamsters with long pink tails. So what? They're cute. They're not varmints. They're only varmints if, you know, if you're being a meanie head about it. Anyway, I've gone about this too much. After the Nine of Swords, you're going to be encountering or being crossed by Easy Milkshake. You're going to be encountering the... Well, that's nice. You're going to be encountering the Six of Pentacles. So you're going to be encountering a position where... At least what I'm getting from this. I'm just going to go with how the card looks. You actually might be going into a position where you're just like, oh, well, look at this. I'm the one now in control. Mm-hmm. You remember all the headaches you've given me? Well, I'm going to take my sweet time and, you know, balancing this all off and making it fair. And I don't know how to tell you this, you two, but I'm only going to be giving out what is due. So, like, say, for an example, if, like, the people that are not having the best interest towards you and they're trying to, like, really cripple or sabotage you, pretty much you're going to be encountering a situation where you're going to have the upper hand and be like, oh, I don't know. Should I be fair? Should I be nice? Should I give him, you know, what's due? Should I give him, you know, turnabout as fair play? I don't know. Let me just, you know, handle these scales right quick. Let me go left, right, left, right. I don't know. But what's due is what's due. Now, pretty much it really depends on them if they stop being dim-witted, or, you know, if they keep being dim-witted, and you're going to get their just desserts on the 3D physical world. But specifically, the woman figure is in the light, and she's standing up, and she looks so much better than Hanky and Panky that are in the dark, and they're like, mm. Which, again, is that whole idea, like I said in the beginning with Nyx and Ditty, with not really saying what's going on, but the best vengeance is just like, oh, look at that. Well, even though what I was wanting to have work out didn't work out, it's okay. I'll figure out somehow. Figure out another way. It's just like if someone sabotaged me. There's your, you know, vengeance. Like, oh, I know I got, you know, crippled by someone. But I'm not going to, you know, really be all like, oh, it was him. Off with his sausage link. I don't know, I got nothing. The cause or the foundation or what in the world is making all this happen. We have the Ace of Swords. So the cause of all this is, well, somebody has crystal clear clarity and a long pointy thing that's ready to, you know, start being brandished at, you know, stupidity. So it looks like looks like somebody sees as clear as gay. Not clear as gay, clear as day. Looks like somebody can see crystal clear, and you're ready to be swinging this clarity around like a... I was going to say, why a flail? But okay, a spiked ball on a chain. So yeah. And also, getting this clarity too is going to bring... And this clarity that you're getting right now is bringing you a sense of zen. I know nothing of them. I don't know, I just work here. And the crown too that's in this image. If for some reason you have like some white flowers close by you, consider maybe making like a white floral wreath crown. Because when you put white flowers on the head, that keeps the youthfulness in the. Yeah, I don't know why they keep saying, make like a white wreath, white floral crown and put it on your head. Because the white flowers represents purity, innocence, and since white flowers also represents the divine feminine in its all purity. Two males, oh hanky and panky. But most definitely make sure you wear at least, or at least massage your forehead with a white crystal or white stone, like a clear quartz, milky quartz piece, or piece of selenite, like that. Not pick it up and go. No, that you're not. Don't do that. That's a good way to get a headache. What's behind you or backing you up? Oh, that's a nice thing to have behind. Behind you is the Nine of Wands. So behind you is a state of being all like, if you come any closer, I'm going to just hit you upside the head with this thing. And I'm not going to stop, wailing on you until you stop moving. Don't come anywhere closer. So possibly this whole situation left you in a state where you're like, I'm not letting anyone get close to me about this situation. If they do, they're going to wish they hadn't. And they're going to struggle to walk. And if you also were investing with with an American native spirit, like if you're working with a spirit that's of American native culture, like from a specific American native tribe, like for example Navajo, Blackfoot, um, um, trying to think of other ones, Cherokee, Chimawave, anything like that. Essentially, you have that spirit, kind of a spirit backing her up. Like another one is Blackhawk. So if you happen to work with a spirit that's of American native culture, you have that kind of a spirit backing you up and supporting you too in this. What is the most, well, on top of your head, the crowning, the best to come about this? That's this crazy milkshake. That's desired. This is going to be good. The best possible outcome that's desired is becoming the queen of sass. Picking up the sword and flipping off someone and telling them, listen, dear, you're gonna get your tush on this sharp new blade of mine, and you're gonna wish you weren't being stupid. And specifically with this depiction, she kind of is kind of adorning her blade as like, oh, I just cannot wait. I just cannot wait to use this new blade. Who's going to be the first one to, be the dummy to test it? So, at least what I'm getting, oh, look at that. Because now you have the Ace of Swords at the bottom and the Queen of Swords at the top. So what I'm getting is this. The most desired outcome is to actually pick up that sword, that's the clarity that you have now, and start brandishing it and just being all, listen, hon, you crossed me wrong. And this is selenite, and that that's not pleasant to have stuck in your neck. But essentially, having that confidence and authority to use to protect your emotions, but also brandish your intellect by being all like, listen, forget your feelings. You have to stop, and I don't care. If you have to turn up the sass, then just have at it. Try being nice. Oh, look at that. Maybe that might be an indication that, hey, consider if you have any American Native heritage in your family tree, might be a good time to revisit that or look into it and expand on it. Because based on the amount of wands individual, how he's dressed. Coming for the face, coming right at you, Hong Kong Fooey. Face first. Yes, you're probably thinking, you're too young to know what that is. Hong Kong Fooey off of Boomerang. Cartoon Network. Oh, I know. I'm not that new here. But I'm not expired either. Coming right for the face. Well, look at that. We have the Knight of Swords. So coming right towards you looks like somebody. Well, I'm getting this. Coming towards you is actually going to be either you're going to be going 100 miles per hour, just cutting through all the BS and the unnecessary shenanigans, or you're going to have someone come towards you and actually help you get through and combat all this unnecessary shenanigans that's going on with you. And if it's specifically involving other people, you actually might have a friend just come in and be all like, look, dude, this BS has gone far enough, and just completely just start cutting off, well, not literally cutting off hands, but literally cutting off people, being like, okay, you gotta go, you gotta piss it, you gotta stick it, you gotta go away before you get, poked in the tush, or off with your tushy. Why did you say that? But essentially, you'll either be going face first and swinging ahoy with it, or you're going to be having somebody just come on in and be like, look, I've seen you be struggling with these people, and I'm kind of sick of it, so let me just do that for you. Here, stand back, my lady. You just cut his tush off. Well, he didn't need to sit anywhere. Because, yeah, he's been sitting and bothering you too much. That just sounds weird. Anyway. Self-perception and how you're viewing yourself currently and how you're seeing yourself. We have, well, look at that. We have King of Pentacles, King of Coin. So currently you're seeing yourself as somebody who's realistic, practical, grounded, down to earth. And you know that you're grounded. You know that you're secure. You know your worth. You know pretty much everything about the 3D world. You know that you're handling the best you can. You know you're content with your progress and all that. And because the king is fire and earth, even though it's kind of conflicting, at the end of the day, you know where some things have to be just cut off, just like, nope, no more of it. And you know where to put your energy in. And sometimes things will be like, why'd you give up on me? Because you're stupid, that's why. Yeah, sometimes that's what you have to do. To tell it it's stupid and then just prance away. Just like, nope. You're not going to get my energy. If you want it again, you're going to have to be taxed first for some time. So, taxing fee. My time, you get taxed. I don't know why that came out. Now, outside perception. Now, this is pretty much the card position that I can kind of care less about. Because I'm somebody who's like, I don't really care about what other people think. Because if your self-perception is good, it kind of doesn't matter what comes out next. Outside perception, we have the death card. So, let's see. So what was prior to the death card kicking the bucket? What were you being seen as prior, before, death coming in? Before, you were seen as a page of swords. Okay, that's usually a good indication of somebody kicking the bucket that needs to go. Well, I mean, it kind of depends, because usually some people see the page of swords as a card that's like, oh, great, we have someone trying to be like a stalker. Yeah. Or like immature communication, because it's a young individual with a sword. So now we have the page of swords kicking the bucket, earth and air going toodaloo, and now we have, well, I mean, that's quite the evolution. We have the page of swords going out the window, and now you become the Knight of Pentacles. So, well, either way, it looks like you're being seen as someone who's more grounded and more 3D, realistic, practical, and stable. And also, those outside of you are seeing you as well. She knows how to do the job. She takes her time. Don't get in her way. Don't mess with her. Because if you do, I kind of hear that she wants to become the Queen of Sass. She kind of want to just wants to poke people in the tush for being stupid. And I mean, that's a really good transformation, going from the Page of Swords to the Knight of Pentacles. Because usually the Page of Swords is very... Okay, well... Okay, Brenda, give me just a second. Let me finish this reading. This reading, and then I'll get to you next, okay? Yeah, because I mean, I was in the middle of a reading. I don't want to be rude and cut off someone, but I'll get to you as soon as I'm finished. So yeah, going from the Page of Swords to the Knight of Pentacles, that shows you're more 3D, grounded and practical, realistic, slow and steady in other people's eyes, which is good, because now people will be like, well, she's determined. She's not having it. Don't try and bump her off her horse, because if you do, whoops. You're hoping for, but also deathly afraid of. Oh. You're hoping for overkill, but you're also afraid of overkill. So, what are you hoping to be overkill? You're hoping for the King of Swords to be stabbed to death. But also you're afraid of the King of Swords being stabbed to death. And what's going to be remaining after he with King of Pointy Things, after he kicks the bucket, what's going to be emerging on the other side is the Ten of Cups. Why are you going to be afraid of him kicking the bucket when you have happiness? So essentially, you're hoping for somebody who thinks, he's Mr. Big Know-It-All. You're hoping for him to, put a cork in his mouth. And you're hoping for, your happiness to finally be allowed to come in. And, I mean, I have to say this. Best case scenario, the Queen of Swords is, the one pretty much fondling the new blade. And look, it kind of looks like his blade in a way. She's like, sucker. That's when, man thinks, oh, he thinks he's the one that's in control. Joke's on him. A king without a queen doesn't, go far. But a queen without a king, oh, she can last forever. I'm just saying. One of the most terrifying things is going up against a queen. It is. And a king, well, if he doesn't have a queen, to do, like, pretty much act on behalf of, he kind of feels like, what am I doing here? I feel alone. Well, that's what happens when you don't have a queen. Outcome that's going to be coming out. Yep, it's true. It is true, because a queen doesn't need a king. Because all the queen is just saying, like, oh, I want that. Give me that. But I said, give it to me. Either you give it to me, or you're getting a knife in your neck. And you know what they say? Don't tell the queen no. Thank you, hon. Off with his head, anyway. And then the outcome that's going to be coming about. we have the Five of Pentacles, but clarify that for me, would you? Five of Pentacles being Chariot and you. We have the Chariot and the Moon. And one more, just for double checking. Okay, so here is what I have clarifying. So the outcome is going to be the Five of Pentacles, and clarified by Hong Kong Fooey Chariot, the Moon, and Five of Swords. So just like with the Six of Pentacles, you see the two stooges right there? There's your two stooges. So it looks like the outcome is going to be that they're not going to conform, so they're going to be out there to blow it and freeze to death. Meanwhile, you're just going to go Hong Kong Fooey to where you need to be going. Just make sure you listen to your intuition and see without your eyes. And even though you might not see where you're going, you do have support of your canine to help you through this. And just like with the Five of Swords, but in this depiction, I'm getting this. Don't always show and express how you're feeling in your current state. Sometimes just keep the armor over your face and not say a word. Just, I really want to stab this guy. Not gonna do it. And just tread forward. Because yeah, I mean, all I gotta say is it sucks to be those two. If there's two people messing with you, just make sure you do what's best for you always, and anybody else, well, it's not your problem if they're the ones with the issues. Okay, at least that's what I got. So now, what was the next one? Okay, Brenda. Okay, so, alright, so Brenda, you want me to look at between you and Ivan? Is that what it is? So now, the next question. Pick a number 1 or 2, and do you want to have the Dark Goddess Oracle with it? The Daemon Oracle with it? Oh, I love Scorpios. I love Scorpios. Don't look at me like that. Hey, I know how to appreciate a Scorpio. I mean, they're the most devoted and the most committed. Don't look at me. Well, Okay, number between 1 or 2, Brenda. Well, just pick number 1 or 2, and you want the, okay, 2. So that's what I'm going to tag out that deck, and then we're going to grab the Heaven or Hell Tarot. And do you want the Daemons or the Dark Goddesses alongside it? You don't have to have it, but if you want them to, yay. If not, meh. But finish him. No. 2 and, okay. Do you want the Daemon Oracle? Well, Daemon Tarot, which is an Oracle. Or do you also want the Dark Goddesses with it? Yay, nay, meh. The heck? Oh, girl, I know exactly that feel. I mean, I've been trying with one myself for like the past 11 years. Trust me, I know. No, anyway. This deck is way too thick. So anyway. So we'll see. Okay, fine. I'll do it your way, intuition, whatever you say. Okay, well then give me his card then. Give me his card then. Don't be telling me all like, okay, well, you need to get his card out. Well, give it to me first. Dingle. Gotta love it when intuition's like, do it this way. Well, make it easier, not harder. Okie doke, any year now. Does somebody want to play the Jeopardy music while I try and find this one card? Do. In memory of Alex Trebek. Where is that one bloody card? There he is. So, because intuition is telling me, hey dummy, do it this way. Okay, fine. So I'm going to be having Lucifer's card stand out right in the middle. And essentially, pretty much that's trying to bring light to this whole situation and kind of ensuring that what needs to be shown gets shown. That sounded so bad, but we're going to go with it. And we'll just see what decides to come out of this deck. 2? Okay, fine. 2 it is. So we have that one, along with... Don't be trying to break my finger. This deck is like so thick. Thick. No, don't be trying to throw the card off the bed. I gotta loosen these cards up a little bit. Oh, that sounded so bad. Don't ever say that again, kid. That just sounded nasty. No, okay, fine. Stop it. Stop doing that. No. Okie doke. Oh, that's sweet. Okay, so here's what we got. Our first 2 coming out, we have, well, I'm going to go with the first one that popped off. We have, how the heck do you pronounce that? We have Demusis, odd. And then we have the ever so sweet and just an absolute legit knight in shining armor, Zolos or Zabos. I know Zabos, but how to Demuis? I have no idea what on earth it's trying to say, so I'm going to rely on my intuitive side. Let me just take a nice good look at this thing. Okay, this is what I'm getting from it. If there's some kind of incident where somebody is intentionally giving you false information or trying to be all like, Ivan feels like this about you, he doesn't like you. Zip it. Off with you. Make sure that if somebody's trying to like feed you unnecessary BS or, you know, just something that doesn't make sense about the situation you're in with your other, if someone's playing like a telephone game, just be like, hey, did you hear what he said? Well, I heard him say he doesn't like you. Are you sure? Is that what he said? Do you have a voice recorded? Are you sure? I don't know, because the last time I checked, everything was good. And I mean, if you get jealous because, you know, I got him and you don't, well, sucks to be you. Still, if someone's going to give you false information about the situation you're in, no. Don't fall into the BS shenanigans. But now we have the part to fix it. Zabos or Zolos. Now, Salos is a great duke, if I'm correct. Oh, never mind. My apologies. He's not a duke, he's a count. But Zabos is very, 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 very adamant on having relationships between one and another be more deeply committed and ever expansive. That's his specialty. And he's very sweet, he's very eloquent, but still elegant. And he's also one to be very. Well, usually that might be a sign that he might be. He might not be sure to how to communicate with that. But the good thing with having Zolas in here, I'm going to just double check one thing in this book. Essentially, try. Okay. Essentially, get the idea with Zolas, get the impression of like, let him kind of like guide you and kind of like put ideas in your head regarding romance and the cheesy woozy wooey stuff, and just give it a chance. I mean, what back can go wrong? It can be all like, oh, I wasn't expecting that, and I don't like the worst that can happen is just like, well, you tried to woozy woo him, and it just, and I mean sometimes that's how men are. Sometimes it's like, what? But still, Zabos is actually very gifted in guiding people to where they need to be. So, if you're ever considering working with like a Lieutenant of Divine, Zolos would be a really good one to consider investing with in helping you get to where you need to be regarding you and Ivan. So now we're going to scooch you over to the Tarot part, and I just got a paper cut on my elbow. But anyway, so now we're going to be brandishing the Heaven or Hell Tarot. Well, it's really called the Heaven and Earth Tarot. It's just I like to call it Heaven or Hell because it sounds better than just Heaven and Earth. So now we're going to go, let's see. Which spread am I going to pull out of my head this time? Let's go with, okay. Okay, we'll go with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab two cards real quick from a different deck. I don't know why the heck I'm doing this, but my intuition's saying do this. So I'm going to go with it. So I'm going to grab, not that one, not that one. Unhanded that deck, thank you very much. A scooch. So now this is where we're going to get a little bit fancy here. Okay, so now I'm going to grab from this deck, which is a simple Rider-Waite Smith, two cards representing both of you. Actually, I'll keep it simple. Let me just find the one card that I need here. Oh. No, that's not what I had in mind. Let's go with something a little bit more like, okay, we know what's being looked into now. 30 years later, just give me that bloody card already. I can probably have my pension by the time I get the card I need. Oh, there it is. So now the spread I'm going to be doing is a simple, it's going to be pretty much a 12, it's like going to be like a clock spread, and essentially you have one card in the center. In this case, it's going to be the Lovers, because that's kind of like what we're looking into. And essentially the way that this is going to go, I'm going to be dealing 12 cards, and each one starting with the first one being the current remainder of this month, And then the next card that comes out is for next month, and then the month after that, all the way until we get back to 12. And then after that, if I need to have more any kind of clarifying, I'll just go through it again one more time. Okay, Heaven or Hell Tarot. You're making this kind of a little bit big and fancy, but who cares? Let's make it, just make sure it's accurate and it's telling how it is. Because I don't want to have that demisses whoever messing this up. Don't maybe get a cattle prod and start, hitting her in the face with it. Okay. Okay. Okay, first one at the very top. Ten of Wands at the very top. Hey, now the Ten of Wands isn't bad. Ten of Wands. I'm one of those readers that likes to read by just saying for how it is. There's no such thing as a good or bad card. It is what it is. Okay, first one's Ten of Wands. Next up is the, oh my gosh, I love this Judgment card. Of course, Brendan, I mean, everybody should have, support when it comes to like trying to make sure that between them and a loved one, everybody deserves to have that opportunity to get the support they need. But the next card to come out, and that's a good one, Judgment, and I can't unsee this depiction. When you take a look at Gabriel, it's like, Gabriel, dude, you're blowing it wrong. You're sticking it up your nose. You're supposed to put it in your mouth and blow, and not go, and even the look on his face is like, oh, why? Oh, I just woke up, dude. I'm sorry. And even like everybody down below, especially like the man, the woman, and the child, they're all like the man's just like, oh, please, Lord, why is he doing that? The woman's just like, oh, Lord, no, dude. And the kid is just like, really, dude? Wow, even I know how to blow a horn better than you. Yeah, but that doesn't add anything to the interpretation. It's just how it's depicted. It makes me kind of giggle. It's like, you had one job, Gabriel. You done messed it up. So there's 10 left. Hong Kong Phooey the Chariot. Three. Here's 4. Oh, we have a good one. We have Queen of Cups, and I have to say, whenever Queen of Cups appears, we have a big pay attention. It's a good thing. Because for me, the Queen of Cups is my card. And whenever that comes out, we got something serious. And that's the 4th one to come out. I'm just saying. Whenever she comes out, it's like, oh, we have a big deal. Gotta pay attention. Okay, that's the 4th. Here comes the 5th. Not plead the 5th, but next. Oh, that's sweet. Next to come out is the 6 of Cups. Dang. Wish I could have readings, cards like this come out. But that's live. Easy milkshake. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we have the World. And after the World, for number 7, we have the 4 of Cups. I'm not even worried about that. Okay, that's 7. Number 8. Number 8, we have the 9 of Wands. And now don't be thinking, oh no, that could be bad. Like he puts his walls up. No, it could be actually be you being like, listen, dude, I got him. You come any closer, I'm gonna bash your head in. Go find somebody else's meat stick to get. Just saying. Sometimes you gotta put your walls up and be ready to brandish. Okay, that was 9. Number 10. Ace of Cups. Told you. 10. Okay, now we have 11. Let me just double check to make sure. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I got 10, 11. 2 more. 2 more. We have a Chris Farley, the devil, which is good. Don't be thinking like, that's, no, not the devil. No, 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 no. Don't be afraid. The devil, to me, is a good one. Don't be going with stereotypes. What'd you say? There's absolutely nothing wrong with being guarded, because the thing is you're wanting to make sure that you're feeling secure and safe, and you're not going to be going somewhere where it's not going to be giving you any kind of gain or support. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one. And last but not least, we got the Queen of Sass. Again, Queen of Sass is not having it. Okay, so we'll take it from the tippity top. And I don't need to clarify any of this. So let's go right around the bend. Okay, so for the remainder of the month, of this month, starting off with the Ten of Wands, currently right now you might be overweight by either too much. I need my wake up juice. You might be overwhelmed with being oppressed by, I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm having a lot of doubt here. I have a lot of stuff on my back. It's weighing me down. I have too much on my back. I need to figure out what's going on. I need someone to take this burden off before I faceplant. So for the remainder of the month, you may still feel like something's on top of your head and not making you being able to see clearly. But because also the Ten of Wands is also a card of having a lot of success afterwards. It's just like you're trying to struggle and carry it all. Like everything that you put your effort and fire and, your zest in, even though it might be a little bit challenging to carry it to where it needs to go, the next month as well. Next month you're going to be tested to see if you're ready for it. If you can withstand it, and if you can handle it, and you can heed the call, or when Gabriel's all like, oh, I'm sorry. You'll actually be tested next month, and that's going to be in April. And pretty much Divinity is going to see if you're ready to handle with him. There you go. You already have the right mindset. You will be successful, and if anybody else tells you otherwise, just I couldn't even tell if there was any negative feedback anyway. Besides that, there was negative feedback. Oh, splendid. I have fangirls? Yeah, right. Well, Dark Lily, I have to say, if there are negative fangirls watching me, I'm just going to put this right here. I love trolls. You know why? Because, it's like having never-ending fangirls and fanboys. Stop making me feel important, guys. If you're going to be throwing hissy fits at me, stop it. You're making me important. Quit it. Stop it. Fine. What's your address? I'll send you an autograph. But only one. Just one. No more than just one. Just saying. Anyway, so next month you'll just have to be prepared, because after you surpass this, you'll be surprised what's going to be coming afterwards. If you're all prepared and if you can handle the challenges coming from the Ten of Wands, if you can handle that, and if you can pass next month's tests in April, which is also the start of like the new, which is kind of like the beginning of spring, So if you planted your seeds correctly, and if you handled the crops this month well, oh, bada bing, there's your Hong Kong furry chariot. And yeah, the chariot card, well, best say it's like, okay, you better scooch because she's in her power. And yeah, don't get in her way. She'll run you over like how Grandma got hit by that reindeer last year. Yeah, we don't want to get in the way of that. And also, I'm just getting this too. If for some reason, if there's distance between you in the month of May, expect there to be a lot of physical movement coming towards one another. And if there's a Cancerian person that you know of, they actually might be of some help to you with that. Oh, and then by the way, what release for this deck? Scorpio. Yep, exactly. But in this deck, you notice a little Scorpio symbol right there? Venus and Scorpio. By the way, my Venus is in Scorpio, but that's not the point. So, Scorpio right there. Interesting. So, next month, be prepared to actually be really tested on all the deep, dark things that you've gone through. You know, make sure that you know how to handle this thing. Hey, can you believe what he said about you? Well, you can go and stick it, you piece of, BS. That's not nice. Well, you're full of, unneeded shenanigans. No. And then after the chariot, we then have, here comes probably the biggest seal of approval. Queen of Cups. So whenever she appears in any reading I do, I have to say, okay, that's March, April, May. So in the month of June, besides, question. Scorpio and Pisces, right? I just want to make sure. You're the Scorpio, he's the Pisces, right? I'm just double checking. Oh, I don't even bother by them. They're just like, oh, look at that, more watch time. Thanks for that. You're making me feel important. Go away, you bloody trolls. Besides, put on some makeup, dude. Anyway. So whenever, I'm just going to go with it. Whenever the Queen of Cups appears in any reading I do, essentially that's an indication that somebody's best and highest self is coming in loud and clear and saying, yoo-hoo, let me step in for this. Essentially, you have March, April, May. So in the month of June, you're probably going to be in a position where you're in the best state possible, and you're going to be untaintable and how do I put it? Like you're not going to be influenced or swayed at all. You're going to be living and carrying out your life in your highest potential, and you're going to be doing it by default. And you're actually are going to be able to give love to the point where it can't, be stopped or tainted or misdirected or pretty much blinded. Because you have water and water. When you put wet with when you have something that's wet and you add more wet to it, you're going from wet to extra wet, obviously. But because since this is the water element being a queen and then the water element again being water, cups, you have fixed pure water. And because of that, the Queen of Cups is the only queen, and the only card, mind you, of the courts that can actually give love unconditionally no matter what. The purest and most restorating kind of love possible. Also the love of a divine mother. After the Queen of Cups, we then have the 6. Yeah, there you go. And then look at this. Scorpio, Sun and Scorpio. There's a card for you. The 6 of Cups. Now, after the Queen of Cups, 6 of Cups comes out. So imagine it being said this way. Yeah, you're going to be having a lot of nostalgic fantasy. Ooh. Just so, like, how am I going to put this? It's going to be like a very unexpected romance kind of a thing. like imagine back to your youth, like saying, "Oh, I want my Prince Charming." Well, having that, well, there you go. Your sense of fulfillment is going to come from that. And being a Scorpio, which is a really good thing, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, Scorpio, it might be too intense for me." Stop being a wimp. You just don't understand it. Yep. The good thing about having a sun in Scorpio, your sense of fulfillment comes from intense devotion and commitment to the point where it defies logic. And I mean, funny enough, I'm also, even though I'm not really diagnosed autistic, I'm like considered like Asperger's syndrome, believe it or not. But anyway, getting back on point here. And also, make sure also if there's any kind of devotion or if you're going to be committing towards Ivan in this regard, make sure it's a pure emotion and it's childlike. Like if it's like being a wish made true. And keep it that way. Don't be all like, yeah, better not be, being a two-timer because he'll be getting one of these in the back. No. Not yet. Not until, don't be letting this thing come back in. Because if it does, just knee it in the face and tell it to, scram. Fly off a cliff. Because after that, the Six of Cups, we then have the world. Because after Judgment is the world. So that whole cycle of just like you actually obtaining what you've been desiring in your highest self, you obtaining that, and then from that whole cycle can end, and then the next thing can begin, which is pretty much exactly. And since the new cycle that's going to be coming about is the Four of Cups, but in this depiction, instead what I'm getting is that there's going to be just a lot more understanding of sometimes it's not that like if there's ever like a situation in March, April, May, June, July is going to be that Six of Cups. August is going to be the world. Perfect. In September, if there's going to be if there's ever a situation where it kind of feels like, how come he's not taking my love? He actually might be in a position where he's kind of a little bit exhausted, and just pretty much just let him know, here's your cup. It's there. If you want it, grab it. If you don't want it, it's okay. The cup's here. Just rest up, dear. Don't be all like, drink your bloody cup. No. Just kind of allow him to rest. If you have to take a step back, just know that the feelings are still there. He's just wanting to be in a state of recovery, like kind of like rejuvenate himself. And just let him rest. Because sometimes people do get a point where they're like, ugh. It is what it is. And then here comes the Knight of Wands after the month of September. Wait, double checking. In October, you might be tempted to have the Knight of Wands come up and be like, wait a minute, why are you being exhausted? Wait, what's going on here? My walls are up. I'm defending myself. No. Instead, put it this way. Yeah, sometimes you're like, I don't know what's in that cup. Pure love and emotion is not poison, dude. But with this Nine of Wands coming in the month of October, instead of it being like walls going up to defending yourself or him defending himself, that might actually be an indication where you might want to double check and have the walls go up pertaining to the bond between you and him, and just making sure that it's fortified and secure. Because sometimes two-timing twats that like to come in and be like, oh, that's a nice relationship there. Oh, it's gone and messed up. I've gone down that road before, and it's not pleasant. Well, it wasn't pleasant for them, but for me, still got them. So make sure that you have your walls up and ready to defend between you and him, if needed. Because then after the next month, oh look at that, we got pure Ace of Cups in November. And usually, again, since we have an Ace of Cups here with a, a pigeon flying out of it. No, that's a dove, Brendan, not a pigeon. You can definitely see that after defending the bond between you and him, that there's going to be a lot more pure love and emotion coming out of this. And he's going to be like, oh, wait a minute, you were right. This wasn't poisoned. Obviously, dude, why would I poison you? Why am I going to poison what makes me happy? That's counterintuitive. Then December. And now December. Now this is the part where people are going to be like, oh, that's not good, it's the devil. Don't think like that. December, we have Chris Farley. I'm thinking, what does Chris Farley have to do with this? Well, Chris Farley, if you remember Saturday Night Live, Chris Farley kind of had the idea of like this, of way of living. Live life, live it hard. There's your devil. So essentially December is going to be the month of having you and, yours truly. Well, just have fun, live life, enjoy the 3D experience around you. But just make sure you know your limits. And when you reach them, enough's enough. But also make sure that when you're having your fun, just make sure you both understand your limits. And don't ever let yourself get into a position where you're kind of getting addicted to having more of the fun than with just the person, because there's yep, exactly. But what I'm also getting is not all the time should you be focused on having the fun just because of the activity, but actually making sure that you're having fun alongside the other person. Because in the depiction, you have them being separated. In this, instead, work together as a unit to actually enjoy it at the same time. Don't be trying to be too separated and enjoying it like in a singular fashion. Still come together. And now we have the last one. The Queen of Sass. Essentially, this is what I get. When it comes to getting what you desire, don't be afraid to table flip. And don't be afraid to behead anyone that gets in your way. I'm dead serious. If someone's going to try and think that they're slick and being like, oh, I'm just going to take that guy from her. Oh, you're going to take him away from me? Oh, that's a shame, because now you don't even have a body head, and I'm going to hold you by your weave. And now you're going to be an example for everybody else that thinks they can just come in and be all like, I'm going to take him. Oh, no, you're not. You see what happened to Harold over here? Yeah, he kind of got his head cleaved off. Don't be like Harold, please. Yeah. And now he's going to be like that one head on a spike next to my throne. Just like, oh, you see him? Don't be like him. Because, I mean, I do need another head on a spike, so that way it's balanced. But please, don't be like Harold. Don't try and take somebody else's happiness away. And if you have to, again, don't be afraid to get feisty. And I'm being just pulled to pull 3 more for suggested ways of, or pretty much advised courses of action. I don't know why that was a weird way of speaking it. Now, first one is Ace of Wands for suggested course of action. Suggested course of action. Gosh, that's a tongue twister. So we have speak soft but carry a big stick. Does anybody know who said that? Which president said that? Anybody? I speak soft but carry a big stick. Ace of Wands, and then we have the King of Wands. Well, we have a lot of twigs coming up in here. Okay, dang. Yeesh. That's a lot of flaming. No. And that is one sassy cat. And then, yep, there's the Wheel of Fate. So, your suggested courses of action, I mean, to me, it's simple. Speak soft, but carry your big stick ready to go Hong Kong Fooey and swinging away toward, you abandon your dreams and what you were desiring. And remain confident and being like, listen, I'm going to take my big kitty who's on fire and I'm going to start, going hunting. Better get out of the way, or, this kitty's going to jump in your face and, give you a free facelift. And you never be remembered again. So please get out of the way while I go hunting. In other words, maintain your focus and make sure that you don't get swayed off the path where you want to head to. Because you do have divinity backing you up in this, and the Wheel of Fate always turns forward. And yes, you will obtain the route that you need to go to. Just make sure that this little nasty doesn't mess with you. And Zabos will guide you and ensure you get there. And that's just exactly what needs to be brought to light. And now where's that other? There it is. At least that's what I got. And was that actually a lot more supportive and a little bit more, uplifting than like the other ones? Yes, Kayla, it was from Teddy Roosevelt. Good old Teddy. Oh, I like good old Teddy because the reason why is like, oh, you're going to do Monopolies? No, split. None of that Monopoly crap. You ain't going to be playing your board game in, in these United States. No board games allowed. That sounded weird. Okay, Hasbro brothers, you're having, bro, oh, my back. But I mean, I'm kind of curious. I'm like, now this is kind of ironic. Hold on, I'm gonna put, let me see, I'm gonna see, I'm gonna look at all of the chat messages so that way I can see. Huh. Because I mean, I'm not sure if there was any, like, huh. I guess I don't, oh well. Scrolling all the way down. Oh, good. Oh, good, Brenda, because usually that's at least my intention whenever I read cardstock and, throwing them at people nicely. Is to actually uplift and, inspire people, not be all like, well, this card says, well, don't even try. No. No. I'm somebody who likes to say it for how it is, but I kind of don't like telling people, nope, you can't do it. Because that's not my space to say so. And I mean, what I was really trying to do is feel like, oh, what do these meanie hits say? I want to know. So that way I can actually respond to them and just be all like, oh, you're making fun of, I don't know, my nose? Well, that's cute. You have a nose too, and I bet you is just as full of snot as, mine is. What makes yours any better? I don't know, I got nothing. Or even better yet. Like them trying to say something offensive. Just like, that's the best you got? Trust me, honey, I've heard probably a lot worse things than that. I don't like to talk with my mouth full. But still, I just don't let, BS like that get to me. It's just like, okay, fangirl, fanboy head. Hello. Nicole? Hello, Nicole. Hmm. I'll be right back. And check one thing real quick. I'm still here, don't worry. I haven't... Okay, I'm here. So... See, I think I'll do one more reading, but I'm going to put myself on the spot. I'm literally going to make myself, try not to shriek like a schoolgirl at myself. Let's see. I'm going to use... I'll use that deck to make myself really blush. Like, oh, Brendan, that's just bad. Okay. That, and I'll put myself with the Daemons. Oh. I mean, it's funny because I didn't even know, like, the trolls were actually here in the first place. Because I'm over here just like, what? Alright, Brenda, have a good day at work. Remember, you got this because I said so. Damn it. No. So let's see here. Okay, fine. I'll do it that way too. Fine, give me his card then. Tonight, in front of a live studio audience, we're going to have House here just completely embarrass himself. What else is new? There we go. I don't know why, but a part of me is just like, what were these meanie heads actually saying? Because I'm just thinking, oh, are they just hissy fitting for no reason? No, it's okay. Don't worry. No. I completely understand that people get their time of the month. It's okay. It is what it is. Don't get me wrong. Everybody has those moments. But I don't have any tampons, dear. I'm sorry. I got nothing. I can't do anything for you. Sorry. If it's your time of the month, sorry. I got nothing. I mean, the only thing I can say is just... But yeah, don't be throwing spears in me. Oh, because, yeah, that's not very nice to try and, stick me. Because why would you want to, throw a spear at somebody random? But anyway. Starting out with Lucifer's card for myself, so that way I can actually hear what needs to be heard. Hear what needs to be heard. No. Okay, screw it. We'll just say, tell me about me and my, my headache. 1. I'd be so agitated. It's like, oh, look at that. We have this same shenanigan BS again. So, we're going to be changing the rating to this from PG to, I guess, NC-17. I think that's the highest it goes. But to start, at least for me, I have Amon-Ra and, how do you pronounce his name? Furfur? Amon I'm familiar with because he kind of has the excel of having relationships between two people kind of come back together and grow again. Well, Furfur, I got really nothing with that. Just figure out and look at the picture and hope for the best. Differences being brought together. Okay, and I know that. But Furfur, I got nothing. Let me just try and think. Well, that's vulgar. Well, it looks like what I'm getting is resolve differences between mine and myself, and to enjoy the, you know, that. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, now you're just being nasty. That's my best Cleveland impression. Oh, and it just so happens to go with the deck too. That definitely not woozy wooey nasty to room. Let's see, I'll go with which spread am I gonna curse myself with? Okay, fine, if you insist. Eva. A double Celtic cross intuition. Why are you coming up with this? Okay, fine. Whatever you say. Okay, so double Celtic cross. I'm just gonna assume that's just like a regular Celtic cross, but I'm doing two at once. Okay. First is, dirt bikes and things between people's legs going. Now it's people with, raspberry making things in the air. Oh boy, Lord Atlanta, what a mess. Okay, doke. Current position for me. We have the lovers, but this is kind of a different way of having the lovers. Huh, okay, we have Mother, Maiden, Crone, and what in the Lord Atlanta is that thing? A three-headed dragon? That's just horrible. Okay, well, that's my current position. Whatever, okay, we'll go with it. I'm not going to say no. I'm just going to nod my head and go, okay, we'll go with it. That's my current standing. Meanwhile, the other is the Three of Pentacles. So it looks like I'm in tune with all aspects of myself. Meanwhile, the other one looks like he's trying to, get lucky by climbing up a tree and getting some kind of gain by working with somebody else. Okay. Or like trying to gain the rewards of an investment or work effort. Okay. Okay, both of us are encountering. Oh, that's cheesy, the star. So encountering a wish being granted, the cause of all this for each of us. For him. Oh, that's accurate. And Two of Swords being undecisive, and I have no idea which one to go with. Typical. For me, we have the Five of Pentacles, which is funny because you have a woman praying to a divine statue. Whatever. Bloody deck. Past or backing this up. Me. We have Mortal Kombat. Five of Wands for me. For him. Seven of Swords. That's a good thing to leave behind, mister. Bloody heck. Yeah, that better stay behind us, otherwise he's going to get, backhanded one. Don't want that Seven of Swords anywhere near me. I'm going to drop an anvil on him. No, it was a joke. Crowning, or best case scenario for me. Well, that's just suggestive. Looks like I'm going to be taking somebody's snake and sticking it in his own mouth, or showing who's the real good snake handler. For all ladies here, whatever. For him, Knight of Wands. Okay. Somebody thinks he's going to be all like, oh, you can't get this. Mm-hmm. Sure, whatever. Inbound coming towards. For me, we have Queen Assassin. Well, we know what happens when the Queen Assassin comes in. Looks like somebody is getting their head cut off. And I'm not talking about this head. Uh-oh. As for him, the other one would be 7 of Wands. Oh, somebody's going to get defensive against the Queen. Defensive against the Queen of Swords. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, dearie, because I haven't heard of anybody going against the Queen of Sass and surviving. Not saying to be mean. That's just kind of like what happens. Self-perception for me, and then self-perception for him. Self-perception for me, I'm seeing myself as very, you know, mesmerizing, I guess. That's what I'm getting from that. But why does this depiction look like it's Kasumi from Dead or Alive? Whatever. That's how I see myself. He sees himself as, oh, look at that. We're both 6s. 6 of wetness and 6 of sticks. Somebody's being nostalgic while somebody's thinking that he's victorious. That's all I gotta say about that. How I'm viewing him and how he's viewing me. This version's gonna get funny. I'm seeing him as 4 Pentacles. Oh, that's accurate. Holding on for dear life. Meanwhile, he sees me as the 7 of Cups. Dealing with a lot of spiritual stuff. Oh, that's accurate, I hope. Hoping for, but also deathly terrified of. I'm hoping for 8 of Cups, but also afraid of the 8 of Cups. Moving away from something that's been stable and how it's naturally progress. But also afraid of turning my back on an investment. Meanwhile, he says he's hoping for Chris Farley, but he's also afraid of death. Afraid of Chris Farley. He's hoping for the devil, but is also afraid of the devil. So he's hoping for, live life and live it hard, if you catch my drift. But he's also afraid of it, which kind of is counterintuitive. Outcome that's going to be coming for myself. Cheesy 2 of Cups. And then the outcome regarding him. Oh, that's just cheesy 10 of Cups. Well, that's just sweet. Suggested course of action, at least for me, because I can actually do that. 1. The Sun. That's just vulgar. Temperance. And the King of Cups. Well, that says it loud and clear. What is something I gotta be really aware of and watch out for? Just stay grounded. One more thing that I'm not aware of. I've gotta be more woozy-wooey. I see. Cheesy. Anyway. How long have I been live? Been live for about 134 minutes. I think that's probably the longest I've been live so far. Knock on wood. Anyway, I'm finished here. I'll put up tonight's topic at 9 p.m. like always. I'll communicate then. And if you watched all of this since the beginning, like hours ago, snap cut for you. And I'll just see you guys later.